What if I told you that alchemy, the old mystical practice people think is about turning metal into gold, was never really about that at all? What if it was actually about discovering something powerful inside you? A kind of energy that's been asleep, just waiting for you to wake it up. This hidden force can't be unlocked with science or logic alone. It only starts to rise when you begin to remember deep, spiritual truths that many have forgotten. These truths were passed down long ago by ancient teachers, wrapped in symbols and stories, and hidden in books that most people never read. But if you're ready, truly ready, they're still there, waiting for you to notice them. In this journey, we're not just talking about interesting ideas or theories. What you're about to hear is meant to change the way you see yourself and the world. This isn't for entertainment. It's a spark that can light something up inside you. You're going to learn how your soul is not just a part of you. It's the part that actually shapes your reality. You'll start to see how everything is connected, like an invisible web holding all things together. You'll learn how to quiet your mind, how to go deeper inside yourself, and how to reconnect with the real you, the part that has always known what you're here to do. This power inside you doesn't need to be created. It's already there. You just have to uncover it. And when you do, things begin to shift. Life starts to feel more meaningful. You begin to understand why certain people came into your life, why some things hurt so much, and why you've always had that quiet sense that there's more than what meets the eye. Most people go through life thinking their situation is caused by what's happening outside of them. Maybe they think it's just luck or that they're stuck in a system they can't control. But the truth is, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. That's what ancient spiritual traditions like Hermeticism have always taught. The soul, the deepest part of who you are, isn't just a passive observer. It's the very thing that creates your life from the inside out. The soul is not something vague or philosophical. It's not just an idea. It's the living energy that powers everything you are. It's what gives your body life. It's what speaks in your intuition. It's what gives you those strong gut feelings, those sudden insights, and those dreams that won't go away. The soul doesn't age. It doesn't die. It's timeless. While your body and mind are always changing, your soul stays the same. And even though you can't always see it, it's quietly shaping your life every day. Sometimes, when you feel a deep urge to make a big change, or when you sense there's something more for you out there, that's your soul trying to get your attention. The soul is like a silent artist, always creating the next chapter of your life. It works behind the scenes, calling in new experiences, relationships, challenges, and healing, all to guide you back to your true path. But when we disconnect from the soul, life can start to feel random, stressful, or even empty. You might notice the same patterns happening over and over, even when you try to do things differently. Or you might feel like something is missing, even when everything looks good on the outside. That's because you're trying to build your life from the surface, from your thoughts, your ego, your fears, instead of from your soul. When you reconnect with your soul, things begin to fall into place. You stop trying to force everything. You start to feel aligned, like the outside world is matching what you feel inside. This isn't magic or fantasy. It's how spiritual energy really works. Your soul sends out a kind of vibration, like a unique signal, and the universe responds to that signal. It's like tuning a radio. When your inner frequency is clear, the right people, experiences, and paths begin to show up. But here's the thing. The soul doesn't care about keeping you comfortable. It's not interested in safety or routine. What the soul really wants is growth. It wants you to wake up. That's why it might push you into uncomfortable situations. It might pull you out of relationships that no longer help you grow. It might bring you face to face with your fears, not to punish you, but to help you become more of who you really are. No matter what's happened in your life, your soul remains pure. It doesn't carry your past mistakes. It only carries your lessons. It doesn't need you to be perfect. It just wants you to be honest and present. The more you live from that space of truth, the more you start to remember who you are and who you were always meant to be. Once you start to live from your soul, another truth becomes clear. Everything in this universe is connected. Nothing happens by accident. Everything, from the smallest feeling to the biggest event, is part of a much larger pattern. The ancient teachers called this the law of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. This means that whatever happens inside you is connected to what happens around you. Look at the stars. They move in perfect rhythm. And now look at your body, your heartbeat, your breathing, your emotions. They follow rhythms too. There's a kind of intelligence that flows through both the galaxies and your nervous system. You're not separate from the universe. You're part of it. That's why your thoughts and feelings affect the world around you. You felt it before when you walk into a room and can immediately sense the energy, or when you meet someone and just know whether their vibe is right or wrong. Everything is energy, and energy communicates silently. Your energy sends out signals. When those signals are aligned with love, truth, and soul, the universe mirrors that back to you. When your energy is full of fear, confusion, or denial, you feel disconnected, not because the world is against you, but because your inner signal is out of tune. That's why healing your inner world is so powerful. When you do that, your outer world starts to transform too. And so, naturally, you begin to ask, how do I connect with this deeper intelligence? How do I hear the voice of the soul? The answer is silence. Not just outer silence, but inner silence. That means quieting the endless chatter in your mind, turning off the noise of the world, and sitting with yourself in stillness. This kind of silence isn't empty. It's full of wisdom. It's where you begin to feel things you never noticed before. You start to sense what's truly important. You realize which thoughts are yours and which were programmed by the world. Silence helps you listen, not with your ears, but with your whole being. At first, it might be hard. Silence can bring up feelings you've been avoiding. But that's exactly the point. It helps you face what's real, heal it, and let it go. In this quiet space, you don't need answers from outside. You already have them inside you. You just need space to hear them. The ancient masters knew this. They saw silence as a sacred tool. It's not about escaping life. It's about meeting life more fully, with clarity and depth. In silence, you stop reacting and start responding with wisdom. You feel a kind of peace that doesn't come from things going perfectly. It comes from finally being in tune with yourself. And as you stay in that silence, something incredible starts to happen. You begin to rise. Not as a way to run from life, but as a way to live it more fully. You move into higher states of awareness. You begin to feel connected to everything, to the stars, the trees, other people, your own heart. You realize that all along, the power you were searching for out there has been inside you. That is the real gold of alchemy. Not shiny metal, but a new version of you, free, alive, and deeply aware. The ancient alchemists weren't trying to get rich. They were trying to become whole. They were seeking truth. And now, that same truth is calling to you. You don't need to do anything fancy. You don't need to join anything or follow anyone. You just need to go within. Listen. Feel. Be honest. Be still. The rest will happen naturally. And once you begin this path, once your soul wakes up, you can't go back to sleep. Because once you've seen the truth, you can't unsee it. And that truth, simple as it sounds, is this: you are not separate from the universe. You are part of it. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not here to survive. You are here to transform. And the journey begins now. The journey of the soul is not easy. It's like climbing a mountain where every step asks you to let go of something heavy. In the beginning, the soul is full of passion, strong emotions, intense desires, and a longing to connect deeply. But with time, the soul learns that passion alone is not enough. It needs to turn that passion into devotion, not devotion in the sense of blind obedience, but a deep, loving commitment that asks for nothing in return. At first, many of us try to love by holding on tightly. We think love means possession, that we must own what we love, control it, keep it close. But real love doesn't work that way. True love means caring deeply without trying to cage the other person. It means being okay with letting go, if needed. That's hard because it challenges the part of us that's scared of being alone or forgotten. This is where many people get stuck, in the trap of needing others to make them feel whole. But the soul must grow. It must pass through what ancient teachings call the heavens, stages of learning and healing. The next stage is like standing under a bright sun. Everything that shines must be tested. Here, the soul has to burn away its pride, especially spiritual pride, which is the dangerous belief that we are more awakened or better than others. It's easy to fall into this trap when you begin to grow. You might feel special, more aware, and secretly think you figured it all out. But this is still the ego talking, just wearing a new mask, a spiritual one. In this stage, you're asked a powerful question. Is your light real, or is it just a reflection of your need to be seen? The only way through is honesty. The soul must begin to shine from its true essence, not from a desire to impress or prove anything. After that comes a more difficult phase, the inner battlefield. This is often called the Mars stage. You're no longer fighting the outside world. Now you face yourself. All the old anger you never dealt with comes up. All the hurt, the blame, the moments you never forgave, they rise to the surface. It's like a storm you can't ignore anymore. This is the soul's inner war. But there's a way out, and it's not by fighting harder. It's by putting down your weapons. The soul must stop attacking itself. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the pain you've carried. Healing begins when you stop judging yourself and choose forgiveness, not just for others, but for your own heart. Then the soul enters the heaven of Jupiter, a space that asks you to face the idea of greatness. Not the outer kind, like fame, success, or praise, but the inner kind. This stage tests whether you're still chasing things just to prove your worth. Many people try to be great because they are secretly afraid they're not enough. So they try to achieve more, be more, get more. But true greatness comes when you no longer need any of that. You let go of needing to be impressive. You let go of the hunger to prove something. And in that letting go, you discover real power, the quiet kind, the kind that trusts life, that doesn't panic when things are uncertain. The next level is Saturn, and it's the hardest. Here, everything you've avoided comes back. All the lessons you skipped, the responsibilities you ran from, the consequences of your actions, they return. But Saturn isn't here to punish you. It's here to show you the truth. It's like a mirror that reflects your life clearly. You're asked to look deeply. Have you built your life out of fear or awareness? Are you making choices because you're afraid or because you're truly awake? Saturn doesn't lie. It asks for maturity. It asks you to take full responsibility for your path. Once you pass through these heavy layers, the soul reaches something lighter, the eighth sphere. It's hard to describe. Time disappears. Form disappears. There's no me and you, no names or roles. It's just presence, pure being. You no longer cling to identity, yet you feel more like yourself than ever. This is a space where the ego can't follow. You stand on the edge of the mystery, and something inside you feels called to cross over. Beyond that is the final heaven, the ninth. It can't be explained. It can only be experienced. It's the place where the soul returns to the source, to the center of everything. There are no words here, no sounds, no images. Just a deep, complete sense of being one with all that is. It's not something to chase. It's something to remember. But none of this can happen until you understand what you truly are. Most of us grow up thinking we're just our body, our name, face, job, and ID. Maybe we're told we have a soul, like a hidden thing inside us. But the ancient teachers from Egypt, Greece, and India all said something deeper. They said we are three things in one: body, soul, and spirit. Not symbolically. Actually, the body is the part we see and feel. It gets tired, hungry, excited, sick. It helps us live in this world. But the body is not the whole story. It's like the clothes your deeper self wears. It's useful and important, but it's not who you are. The soul is the part that feels. It remembers. It carries your joys, your wounds, your lessons. It's what makes you cry at a song, smile at a memory, ache at a loss. It moves through life gathering experience. It grows, it changes. But deeper still is the spirit. The spirit doesn't feel in the way the soul does. It doesn't change or move. It just is. It's your core. It's still, eternal, and unbreakable. It's the divine spark inside you. When you begin to awaken, what you're really doing is reconnecting with this spirit. The problem is, most people live fragmented. Some focus only on the body, chasing looks, comfort, or pleasure. Others live in the soul, but get lost in endless emotion and desire. And some try to reach the spirit by rejecting the body and the world, thinking that's the spiritual path. But none of these work. When we split these parts, we suffer. Real wholeness comes when you honor all three. The body is your home here. Respect it. The soul is your story. Heal it. The spirit is your center. Remember it. When you live in harmony with all three, something amazing happens. You feel grounded in your body, open in your heart, and deeply connected in your spirit, all at once. When you live from this balance, wisdom begins to show up. Not book knowledge, not facts, but real understanding that brings peace. This kind of wisdom heals the soul. Because some pain doesn't come from life events. It comes from forgetting who you are, from losing touch with your truth. Wisdom reminds you. It helps you see that your pain had a purpose, that the struggles were not punishments, but teachings. This wisdom doesn't come from outside. It rises from within you once you're ready to hear it. It brings peace, a quiet kind of peace that doesn't depend on things going your way. A peace that lasts. Once you touch that wisdom, transformation begins. This is the start of inner alchemy, the art of turning pain into power. You stop running from the hard parts of yourself. You look at your fear, your sadness, your anger, and instead of pushing them away, you ask what they're here to teach. You begin to see your own heart like a lab. Your attention becomes the fire that purifies. Every time you choose awareness over reaction, you're doing alchemy. Every time you respond with kindness instead of old habits, you're changing. Not by force, but by presence. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming real. The most powerful people are not loud. They are calm, clear, and kind. They carry a light that isn't flashy, but steady. You feel safe around them. That light isn't something they got from outside. It's what's been revealed from within. And here's the most beautiful part. You already have everything you need. The gold you're looking for, it's already in you. Alchemy doesn't add anything. It simply uncovers what's been hidden beneath your pain, your fears, and your stories. When you're brave enough to face those things, the real you begins to shine.